All right, welcome into week 2 study ball. I've got my Cardinal red on today because I've got to break down Kyler Murray. Perfect quarterback rating, broke my Cardinal record this past weekend. It was only a matter of time that this young man was going to break and smash all of the Cardinals records, but had an unbelievable performance, that perfect quarterback rating. I continue to see growth in what Kyler Murray is doing as a quarterback, and you couple that with the playmaking ability that we see on display every single Sunday, and the sky is the limit for a team that I believe is going to be competitive all year long. Play good defense, they'll confuse you, they fly around. James Conner, great in the run game, and then you add the Kyler Murray piece to it, and they're going to have some games where they put up over 40 points. It's all about consistency, but let's dive into the tape and let me show you what I saw. All right, so let's get this thing going. Well, these are little things, right? And so, again, a lot of times I do these tapes, and it's not really just about the quarterback, but it's about teaching different aspects as young quarterbacks start to grow. So they're going to run a play that I call Poco right here, okay? So it's a post corner and a flat over to this side, and then they're going to run the in on the backside, okay? So normally, if we get a corner off look, which we have right here, we like to go to the Poco side, post corner side, which is what Kyler does right here. Now, there's one little nuance that as you grow and start to understand the game and can see the game, what I want you to see on this particular play is because of the way they're playing it, they're really playing man coverage. So notice here, this is the guy that we're trying to get the ball to. But notice when I come out and peek at him right off the bat when I recognize man coverage, I see that he's lost his leverage. He's going out. The defender is outside of him, okay? So the first response can be, oh, just throw it to your flat to that side because my eyes are already to that side and the defender is way off of him. Or you say to yourself, I always like this big end back here with the back checking to this side, so I'm going to come out and I'm going to peek my corner. And if I peek my corner and he's lost leverage, work right back to the in on the backside, and you see it. There it's coming on the backside, or even the check down if James Conner gets out right here. So a couple different options on this play. Stay front side and just take the flat once you've lost leverage, or work quickly to the backside once you recognize that you've lost leverage and maybe get a shot at that big in right there. Now stay with me. That's high level quarterback play. That's next level quarterback play, to be able to see that and work through it. So those are things that I wouldn't necessarily expect Kyler to be at that level right now, or you hope that they're at that level, but we don't expect that level because not everybody gets to that level as a quarterback. That's just one of the little things that I would look at when I was playing because I had to come out once I recognize man, see the leverage, and then work accordingly. Okay, so here's another tough one. All right, so they're running what we call 4 strong, okay? So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers to the strong side, all right? And they're going to put some solo route back here with this receiver, okay? So what we're trying to hope when we do 4 strong is we're trying to get linebackers and everybody to push over there, and we get a one-on-one shot back here with a matchup that we really like. So that's what we're looking for, all right? The hard thing about 4 strong is if you peek backside, it is really hard to get back to the front side and read everything that's going on here because there's lots of bodies and there's lots of routes, okay? So right here, Kyler peeks back to the backside. He peeks at this slant. Safety's coming down. We don't like it, so he's going to get back to the front side. And so this is what I'm talking about. He's getting back to the front side, and you got bodies, 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 bodies. You got all kinds of bodies, plus you've got your 4 receivers running a route here as well. And so you're going to see Kyler come back and almost automatically just go to the swing. And this is something that I see all the time because what they're doing with the swing is they're lead blocking. It's a concept I call sled, a swing with a lead. So they're lead blocking. So worst case scenario, you're going to kick it out here to James Conner with a lead blocker in front of him, and you're going to play. And so what I'm saying is, like, we can come back and look at this tape and go, oh, well, this guy's open right here. So maybe don't throw it as quick to the swing and just, wait and read it out. But what I'm saying is this is really hard to do. And so this is the kind of stuff to me that is so important when you're evaluating quarterbacks and you're understanding offensive football. If Kyler goes to the left right now, so if he goes left right now, then we're going to read the outside linebacker, whoever's got to go to cover the swing. If that guy buzzes and pushes outside, then we can work inside to the hook right here, okay? But that would be if I could look over there right now and I could read it. Doing it this way where you're asking a guy to see backside and you're telling him to peek the backside. So peek the backside, he makes a good decision with the safety dropping down. Now try to get back to the front side and read this mess. Really, really hard to do. So it's just something to think about if you're doing 4 strong as a coach, how you teach your quarterback to read it. Some people will just do it pure progression. So if you look at the slant over here, then I want you to come right back to the hook, see if the hook's open. If the hook's not open, you could either go to the corner or just come to the swing on the lead, but you're going to pure progress it back. So you start right and you just hit the routes that are moving back to the left-hand side because it's really hard to get back there and read the concept. Or you tell your quarterback, hey, if you go to this side, pure progress it. If you go to the other side, then you can read it out. But just interesting how you teach it and how this process is on a weekly basis because I see the same thing happen. And I fully understand what Kyler's doing there. So I can't evaluate, hey, you may have missed the hook here. No, you looked at the slant, you made the right read there, you got back trying to figure it all out, no problem. Kick it out to your swing and one of your better players, and you live for another day because it's too hard to process all that information when you're just popping back there late. All right, we all saw this one. First touchdown from Marvin Harrison. Boom, love it. Okay, so this is where you start to see some progress from Kyler Murray. Okay, so here's the play. Again, it's Poco, right? Same play that we saw before. They're running Poco, tight alignment. So what we're doing on this play is if we get a quarters look, okay, so a quarter safety right here, an off corner over here, we're going to read this side. And we're going to come out first and we're going to see that safety. If that safety goes back, then we're going to read the high-low on the corner to the flat. If that safety comes down or squats his feet as the corner gets his attention, then we're going to go up top to the post. All right, so watch the safety. Watch the safety, flat-footed, boom, right there. See how he stops his hips? Stops his hips, starts to drive on the corner. Kyler sees it. Beautiful up and down throw to the back of the end zone, because that's the other thing. This is a hard throw. Right, you're on the 30-yard line. You got to get this post up and down before he runs out of the back of the end zone. Kyler does a great job of understanding how to make different throws. He gets good air on it, but he's able to drop it right in there for Marvin to be able to catch for the touchdown. Great read and great throw. All right, another touchdown here from Kyler. Okay, so they're going to run the boot here. Okay. Now, here's the interesting thing about this particular play. I don't know if I've heard anybody talk about this, but this is a play, I believe, that I call Y sneak. Okay, so what we're doing is we're trying to get all the action over to this side, trying to bring Marvin Harrison over to this side, and then we're going to bring Trey McBride, and we're going to pretend like we're blocking, and he's going to sneak out this side, and then he's going to sneak down the sideline. So we're trying to get everybody to come to the right because Kyler's rolling to the right. All the action is going to the right, to the right. It's a naked bootleg. Go to the right, trying to get everybody to flow over to that side. Okay, so you'll see this here. So you see him peek back right here. So this is what they're trying to get. And they almost got it, but this guy at the last second turns and recognizes it and peels back. So here's the amazing thing about this is that this play is designed to go back there, and Marvin Harrison is supposed to run it over, and then we've got a flat, and you kind of just recover to the front side if you don't have the backside. These two guys work beautifully together. They see this, see it's covered. He turns up the field. Kyler is able to recognize him. And again, what a beautiful, beautiful throw up and over on the money to Marvin. But it's a broken play. It doesn't work out the way we want to. Now let's go create those two guys working together. Boom. It's going to be a fun thing to watch all season and well into the future. Okay, here's another thing that you love. I always talk about quarterbacks make the game as easy as possible, as quickly as possible. So we've got our three-man concept over here. So more complicated concept. You got to read the defense over here and figure out what the defense is doing and then work your complements. Anytime you have a guy like Marvin Harrison or your go-to guy on the backside, and you can get the whole defense to push over and leave that guy one-on-one, why spend time reading all the concept over here instead of saying, hey, I've got an advantage, let's make the game easy and let's go throw it to our guy. Exactly what Kyler does right here. I got my one-on-one. There's nobody else on that side of the field. I believe my guy's better than your guy. We're going to make this work. Take it. One-on-one, make the game easy. Boom, move the chains. All right, this is a really tough one right here. So we've got a play that I call hiss. Okay, so it's double seams on the inside. So it stands for hitches and seams. Hiss. Okay, so we've got hitches on the outside, seams on the inside. All right, so if I get any kind of corner off look over here, I know, okay, my hitches are available. I got a chance to go, just come out, take one of the hitches and go. All right, so could easily do that here. But the hard part about it is these seams are good when a team closes the middle. So when they drop a safety down and they close the middle, we want to try to work that safety and get one of those big throws on the seam. So the hard part about this is that if I choose to read the seams, then I'm late on the hitches. A lot of times when you run seams, you'll put comebacks or you'll put stops on this route. So I can read the seams and then recover to the outside. When you have hiss, you have to really talk about how you want to read this, specifically if you get cover 3, right? So here they go. They're going to rotate down. Okay, do I take one of the steals on the outside and one of the hitches on the outside because they're both there? If I take them, I got to take them right now. I can't expect to read the seams and then come back to a hitch and not think that somebody's going to be underneath it if it's the underneath coverage or the corners aren't jumping it. So it makes this play really hard. Kyler decides to read the seams right here. Okay, so the seams aren't open, and normally we would go, okay, seams are being carried. Let's work to our one-on-one on the outside. And right, this guy's still open and has that possibility, but it's a matter of your eyes at this point because you see up top, right, late to the hitch, can't throw the hitch anymore, don't have the seams. Now I've got to find a completion. So it's a tough read to make because do you want to treat it like, hey, if the corners are off, take the hitch right now no matter what the coverage is? Or do you want to treat it like seam and go, hey, if you get middle close, read the seams, and then you'll probably be late to the hitches, so find your check down. Boom. What's he do? Find his check down. It's another thing that I love about Kyler Murray. While he's still learning how to read the entirety of the field and get through his processing of his progressions in every situation, he always knows where his check down is. So he's always making positive plays. Don't have it. I'm late to the hitch on the backside. Now find a completion and get a positive play to some degree. Okay? So tough one here. So we talked about it when you have your three-man side. And then anytime you get a one-on-one, we're going to go up to our main guy. Okay? But the key to that is you got to see this guy right here. Okay? So if this guy right here works back to the middle of the field, we're in great shape. If this safety works outside into a cover 2 look, now we got to get off of that quickly because we don't have a one-on-one anymore. We got a 2-on-1 back there and we got to read our concept to the other side. So last time he went over left, he goes left again right here. And you see it. No real chance. This guy's underneath. This guy's over the top. Got to recognize that a little bit sooner and try to get back to your concept on the other side. Right here, should have been a sack, but it's Kyler Murray. So he's able to get out of it and create, but possibly going to be a sack here. And I don't like the spacing and stuff here because I think they were trying to get kind of a high-low here off of the Mike linebacker, which is where Kyler could go on this particular play once he recognizes cover 2. But the spacing there is bad, and it leaves it and makes it easy for the Rams to cover. But Kyler being Kyler again. Look at this, unbelievable. Make a guy miss, get outside, and the great thing is that he keeps his eyes down the field. And right, the little subtle things right there. Right here, he starts to go up the field. And what does that do? That changes the direction of this DB to try to go up the field too. Now he's able to stop, buy himself some time. Marvin does a great job of recognizing that he's out. Breaking here because we've got another guy coming underneath. The good old scramble rules, right? If you're the closest guy to the quarterback on that side of the ball, then work back to the quarterback. If you're not the closest guy, meaning we've got two underneath guys, then go deep. Either clear it out or make yourself available. Kyler, great job. Flip the hips. Unbelievable throw over the top for another huge play to Marvin Harrison. Okay, this play right here, right? They're trying to run a play action, and then it looks like they're trying to fake here and get this post. Nothing there, right? It's not open. Nothing going on. Here it is with Kyler again, right? Yeah, you could go back over here and try to get this stop on this backside, but biggest thing is not going to waste a bunch of time. I started on the right. Hard to verify what's on the left. We saw that on the 4 strong, right? That's, one thing, understanding as a quarterback, hey, it's really hard. I could try to get back there, but if I don't get back there fast enough, I'm going to make a bad decision because I don't know what defenses are doing. Know where your check down is. Get yourself a positive play. Main part of the play isn't there. It's covered. Coming back late. Kick it to my back and let him make a play for us. Okay, little details here. Again, trying to run this play here where what I call pinch and influence post, a big in. Talked about this last week. They're going to send this guy to the flat. I hate them sending that guy to the flat. And then this back is going to trickle over there. Now, unless they count the running back as being the guy that's working the hook area, I'm not a big fan, okay? Because here's why, right? So here's what happens. When we do this, as a backside tight end. When we do this, we've got this big in, and what we need to do is we need to read this area right here, this hook area, right? I need to read that defender right there and get him in a high-low position. When I send this guy to the flat, this guy can cover it, okay? When my other check down is backside, this guy can cover it, and now we allow the guy in the box to be able to fall back and cover the in route. So we haven't put that guy in conflict there, okay? So we need to get a guy into that hook area. Now, another nice job finding a check down, but one of two things. Either put this guy in the hook area, and now we got a high-low on this guy, or let's bring this guy fast and put him in the hook area, so now I get a high-low here, and maybe it's supposed to be the back here, checking and coming right there. I don't know who it's supposed to be or if it's supposed to be any of them. But this is the problem on the play. We run to be covered. Run to the flat, let the flat guy cover us. Don't threaten the hook, let him cover the end. Stay on the backside so this guy can cover us, and those guys get depth, so we've got throws underneath. But the idea is to be able to put someone in conflict. They don't really do that here, but Kyler does another nice job of, hey, moving up, boom, just kick it down underneath. Get a positive play. Get good things going when you get completions and you stay in favorable situations. So this game wasn't just about Kyler making big plays and being electric and the big throws down the field. It was about playing smart football on top of that. Okay. Tough play right here. All right, so he's looking backside. Actually, Pig's front side first because they've got this hook, this, and this hitch. Okay, so not a whole lot happening for him right here. Corner's going to fall on the inside fade. This guy buzzes to the hitch. These two guys are sitting here. They've got a skinny post on the backside. So just not a lot happening right here. But just notice right there. See what he's doing right there? Again, he's not looking at the rush. He's looking for James Conner, right? Bad play. Nothing really going on for me. Don't see anything open. I'm looking for my check down. Trying to get a completion here and do something positive with the football. Again, now this never hurts, right? When the positive thing is I'll make that guy miss and I'll make that guy miss and I'll get over here. And then a great job again of flipping his hips with his eyes down the field. And boom, he's going to drill this for a touchdown. And you see it right here. I mean, he's turning around before the ball's still in the air. And he's turning around with his hand in the air going, I know this one's a touchdown. I like that throw. Know my guy on the other end is going to make a catch. So trying to do the right thing by getting into a check down right there. It's not there. Now you got to go create. And this is what I love, is that it's not create all the time. It's create when you have to create. And that's exactly what he did in this game and why he played so well. made the throws down the field when they were there. When he had to ad-lib, he ad-libbed. When it was get to the check down as the best play, he got to the check down. Now, this is where he is such a special thrower. Okay, so the play action, and they're going to run a corner and an out. Okay, simple high-low right there off of this defender. So we're going to read this, and that defender, like you can take your pick right here. This defender is turned and opened to the corner. So not wrong. He just comes out and takes the flat right here, reading the body language of that corner. But special players have the ability to make special throws, so defenders have to do even more, right? Everything looks like he's in great position to take this away. Body language, he's working back. But Kyler says, you know what? I'm better than what he's doing right here. He's not running back there to take away my guy. I'm better with my arm to make this throw. And I mean, look at this. Like, you can't do it any better than that. You drive this throw, this guy gets involved. If it's a little bit short, that guy gets involved, and we'll be saying throw the flat, throw the flat, throw the flat. But a wonderful thrower of the football and understanding how to throw it up and down, but with enough velocity to fit it in. I say firm, but soft. Soft throw, easy to catch, great trajectory, and right on the money. Okay, so another one here, right? They're going to push. 3 receivers. Going to try to get to my one-on-one over here. Now the real question to me is just why you didn't throw it, right? So you got your one-on-one. We've seen him throw that already a couple times. You go to your one-on-one, take your shot, live with it because, like I said, it's hard to get back to the other side and read anything. Could dump your check down right here, but obviously never a horrible option for him to go out and create and try to make a run. I'm just curious why he decided not to take this back shoulder that he threw earlier for a nice completion. But as I've been saying this whole time, he's making good decisions. Not forcing it, not trying to do too much, playing the game. Eyes, for the most part, have been in the right spot. And then he's made plays. All right, so here, just typical post, over, flat. Okay, we don't have the post because they run back to a middle closed. We're going to read the flat defender over on the other side. So flat defender grabs McBride underneath. Nice read. Now he misses this throw. So again, got a little bit impatient here with the throw. You see his feet. His feet are aimed down the hash instead of aimed at Marvin. So now his feet are aimed and his power is down the hash, and now he's trying to throw it over here. And this is what usually leads to misses, right? We're counterproductive here because arms going one direction, feet are going another direction, and we miss this throw that he can make in his sleep. Now here's the other thing. Look at when he is set with his drop. So this is another thing that happens with a lot of quarterbacks is that they get set too early. So he's set now, and when you set your feet as a quarterback, it's like throw it, throw it, throw it. You're set. You should be throwing it. Why are you throwing it? Why aren't you throwing it? And you get impatient as a quarterback. So it's so important to tie your feet to the route, a deep over, a deep post, 7-step drop. Take your time. It's not going to happen sooner because you can't throw it to this guy until he gets on the other side of the field anyways. So timing up your drop with the route so you're not sitting there waiting, trying to find him. Come on. And you rush this thing, your feet are off, and you miss. Because the other thing is if he's timing it up with his feet and he's reading in this direction, I believe his feet will be set up in that direction because he's reading this defender over here, and it will naturally take him into being better lined up for that throw. When you get there early, now his feet come back here because he's looking for the route. Where are you? Where are you, Marvin? Where you at? Oh, you're back in between the hashes. So you line up in between the hashes, and he never gets reset back to the throw and leads to the miss. Okay? Other good stuff that he does. Coming off the play action. Okay, coming off the play action, we're going to read this guy. This guy moves with the play action. Boom. Quick replace back to this side. There it is. We get the movement. Bang. Ball's out. On the money. Get into your playmaker's hands. Making the game simple. Who am I reading? I'm looking for a little bit of movement here. So he voids that window that he's supposed to cover. I get it. Quick, hit the back foot, ball out, on the money. All right, we'll finish with this one here. Okay, so this is kind of similar to the other one. So we're running that similar concept, post, corner, flat. Okay, so we come out and we read flat defender there. Okay, so as he comes out, flat defender is actually chasing Trey McBride. Okay, or maybe they're playing man or something, but he's chasing him down. So we saw this earlier. Now this plays a little different than the other one because we don't have the big end. So we've lost leverage out here to this side. First one, go back to the big end. This one, just drop it down underneath. And again, it's a half field concept. Find your check down there and get the completion. There's nobody else over there. Instead, he's going to decide, I'm going to make this throw. Now look, I mean, come on. Like, you can't do this. Like, I'm sitting here saying, you can't make this throw. It's terrible leverage. You got to get down. This is not a good decision in this particular case, but he's got the ability to make a not so good decision look good because, I mean, look at this. Firm but soft. It's up and over the underneath defender. It's firm enough to get it on him. It's the only place that you can throw it, 30 yards down the field, just a money throw. He was, as they say, in his bag in this game and played unbelievably well. All right, so that's how you have a perfect quarterback rating. Very seldom do you do everything perfect in the game as a quarterback. Make every right read, make every perfect throw, all of those different things. But you get a perfect quarterback rating because you do those things right? Kyler Murray saw what he needed to see for the most part in this game, got the ball out. When he wasn't seeing it the way he wanted to, find a positive play, get a check down. When things broke down, you saw him make play after play after play. And then at the times when the defenses do a pretty good job of covering your concept, can you win anyways? Can you win with your decision making? Or as we saw here, can you win with your ability to throw the football? He was in a zone. He was playing really well. He was seeing and creating. And then when he needed to make those tough throws, he showed us that he's got that as well. The ability to push the ball down the field while understanding how the football needs to be thrown. A rare trait across the entire NFL and something that Kyler does really, really well. So congratulations to him on the perfect quarterback rating, on breaking my records, and on a really unbelievable game where we got to see some growth along with a 40-point performance. And I can't wait to see where he goes from here the rest of the season.